Hi, Lee Phillips here, United States Supreme Court Counsel, and I deal a lot in the areas of estate planning, asset protection, taxes, and stuff. What's happening today is, particularly in the real estate investment group, is people are being told to put their property into a limited liability company, an LLC. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It does give it asset protection. It's actually pretty good. And we don't need to get into how many LLCs you set up now. That's a topic for another video. But when you put the property into the trust, or into the LLC, what happens? Well, you have now moved that property from being yours, private investor, over to LLC, commercial entity. An LLC is a company. Okay, that's all right. How do you do it? Well, you make out a deed from you to LLC, and then I want you to get stock or membership interest in the LLC back in exchange. And we'll talk about that in another video as well. But what happens to the insurance? What happens to the property taxes? That is no longer your investment property. It's not a private investor's investment property anymore. That's a commercial property. It's owned by a company. And the interesting thing is, the states, the feds, everybody else has figured out, company, we're going to get them. So the property taxes are going to almost triple in many cases. You need to check and see what's going to happen to the property taxes before you move them into an LLC. Now you might try the argument, look, I own it now, I own it LLC, I'm the only owner, same ownership. That works in some cases. Maybe not with the tax guy, but with the insurance guy. The other issue is the people put the piece of property into the LLC and they never bother to change the property casualty insurance on the piece of property. Burns down. Insurance company comes in and they say, well, gee, we insured this property. We didn't insure a commercial property. This isn't the property we insured. This is owned by a company. And they don't cover the deal. If you go ahead and notify them that it's in an LLC, they say, fine, company property, 3 times the premium rate. Now, I have actually done this myself. I have made the argument, no. Look, I owned it. I've moved it into the LLC. Same ownership. It's me. Gives you better asset protection, everything else. And the insurance companies have said, okay. Now, I get 2 statements, 2 coverages, 2 contracts and everything. One in my name as an insured and one in the company's name as an insured. But the insurance company now knows that this piece of property is held in an LLC and they have agreed to insure it. On 80% of my properties, no problem. Insurance company bought that. On the ones where I own them with my son or my daughter or somebody else, they said, no. You move it from your 2 as joint tenants over into LLC, that's a different animal. We're changing your insurance. And frankly, with 3 times the insurance, I have left them in my name as joint tenant with my son. It's a specific one I'm thinking of. So you have to weigh advantages and disadvantages. The LLC gives you great asset protection, not only protecting you from what happens in the entity, at the property, but also protecting the property from you. That's a whole nother issue on one of these videos called Charging Order Protection. This is Lee Phillips talking about insurance ramifications when you move a property from your ownership into an LLC, or a corporation for that matter, into a company's ownership.